Hello everybody, my name is Magnus, and welcome back to Let's Play Shining Force. We're starting back up on Chapter 6 here. I was recording earlier, and then I made a few decisions that I'm going to show you right now. Well, actually, I'll be showing you in a second. I wanted to go through and promote some people that I wasn't planning on before. We'll talk about this battle, the reasons why I'm doing this, and we're gonna welcome into our party Blue, who is a dragon. He'll go through and unfortunately replace Balbaroy. Sorry, Balbaroy, he didn't make the final cut, but that's okay. We still have another flyer, and well, even though he doesn't move fast enough, which we'll talk about, Blue is another flyer. We're not going to replace anybody. We're going to go look at some stats here. So, first off, let's talk about Blue. I'm going to just run through these. So, Blue, he's another unarmed attacker, so you don't have to worry about giving him a weapon or anything. Also, a bit of a downfall on their end, because, as you see, they really depend on their attack growth, whereas the other characters do not as much. But it has an okay amount of defense and an okay amount of HP. He's also just level 9. 5 movement, which kind of sucks, but he is a flyer, so it kind of makes up a little bit in there. But he really would benefit if he had even just 6 movement instead. Like Kokichi, and again, he doesn't have a 2 range or anything else like that, so that doesn't increase how far out he can attack. He does grow fairly well, though. I love Blue. From my experience, he becomes a great character, but that's the thing, is you have to actually get him there. I rate him overall as a 3 out of 5, because he can be, when you put effort into him, a reliable character. You know, if you give him some extra movement, he becomes fantastic, because he's a flyer, but not as good as, like a Balbaroy. Although his attack will probably actually beat out Balbaroy's, and his defense will become awesome. His defense and his HP, if you train him, will become the best asset. He becomes a flying tank. And it rises fairly quickly. It won't show in the first couple of battles, but after about 2 battles of leveling, he becomes pretty good, especially after promotion. He doesn't lose too much after promotion. But again, with this type of character, you do need to get up to level 20 in order to benefit well for his attack, or else he's just going to be really lackluster. And that's the questionable part, is how much attack is he going to get. That part's very random for him, so that can determine whether he's a good unit, or an okay unit, or a great unit. Again, 3 out of 5. I like him personally, because he's just an interesting character. I like the weird guys. But he's definitely usable without being on the lower end. Actually, I don't think I have too many low-end characters besides archers, kind of, and some of the healers. We're going to take a look at the stats of Eamon, because we're going to promote her with the power ring, mind you. Actually, where we're going to go through and unequip stuff, and then re-equip them. So, because we're going to promote Eamon in a second. So, naturally, as you saw, 14 attack, 14 defense, and, as I forgot to check, 23 HP, 19 agility is where we're starting with her. And I should have just done it in the first place. And I decided I'm going to go through and promote Max. Reason is, when it actually benefits him more to promote early than later. He doesn't lose that much promoting at level 10 instead of 20. It's actually only, like, once you get, and we're comparing stats, we're comparing level 20 stats after promotion. So without those 10 levels, he's missing about 6 defense and 5 attack on average, which you're not worried about this guy's attack. And that 6 defense, when you compare the two, Max again becomes very tanky in the end. He gains a ton of defense after promotion, so that's So that, like, 6 defense really doesn't matter at that point. And you're going to see he's not going to lose a ton of stats in here. And he'll be able to get the ability to use the broadsword. I was going to put that on Eamon, but I decided Max needed to get the promotion now, because he needs the spikes now, because he's being very lackluster. I'm having a hard time leveling him up. And this is something you come up with in this game, that sometimes when you're having a hard time leveling them up, you just need to promote them. They'll level up a little bit easier, and if you have the new weapons, their attack becomes a lot better, meaning it's a lot easier to go through and kill things and get those levels. And I'm having a hard time, as you saw in the last map, killing some things. But Max, 24 HP, 17 attack, 13 defense, 11 agility. Again, I'm not really worried about the agility, but we're going to see it right afterwards here. Alright, and go through and see the promotions. So the first one, we're just going to go through and promote Eamon into a Sky Warrior. And the wonderful music that goes with it. Unfortunately, you can't speed it up, but it's okay. I like it. Okay, and also remember that she was at 30 attack. She was at 14 naturally and 30 attack after promotion with all the power-up items and everything else. And I just clicked out of that. Oops, sorry. Let's see here. Nope. No. I hate when I misclick here. And then we're going to go through and promote Max. And he was struggling on his attack, and we're going to see what happens afterwards. Okay. And no. And we have a nice little outfit change for Max. And if you go, when we go through and see his portrait, you'll see it's actually one of the few that actually gets a portrait change. As you see, so he dropped down 5 in attack, which kind of hurts, and 3 in defense, and I think it's like 2 in agility and a couple points of HP. It hurts, but it's not terrible. And I'm going to show you why. When we go through and equip that broadsword, we only have one of them right now, but that's okay. 32 attack. He already has more attack. He's got 8 attack over that longsword. So in a sense, by promoting, he gained 3 attack and lost 3 defense. And a couple points of HP. And now he's going to start spiking. So in this game, it's very viable to promote at level 10. And a lot of people do it, and a lot of people suggest it. And in fact, I would suggest it after you play through once. It's not that difficult that you can't promote at level 20. It's just going to take a little bit of grinding beforehand most of the time. Some of my characters I'm not trying to worry about too much, like Diane. She'd be a fine candidate, but I'm just waiting for that next weapon, really. And some of these other guys, like you don't want to do it for Xylo, and you don't want to do that for Blue. You want to promote them at level 20, or else they're really not going to be useful. And since I am using them, I'm trying to make them useful. Pele's also really good for that. What are we doing? We're looking for Eamon. Eamon here. Okay, so after promotion, she lost 3 HP, 2 attack, which is not bad, 3 defense, and lost 4 agility. So again, that's not terrible. Now, if I had another broadsword, just imagine gaining, losing the 2 attack and then gaining 8, so gaining another 6 attack. Be very, very powerful. Unfortunately, we don't have another one right now, but we'll trade the longsword over to Balbaroy and sell that later, and then give Balbaroy the steel sword, which is going to make up for that 2 attack easily. On Eamon, go through and equip, and it's 20 attack right there. Which if you took out the power sword, like the power ring, she again gained attack. In fact, I'm actually going to take that power ring and give it over to Blue, because Blue actually really needs the damage output right now, since I'm going to be using him, and he doesn't have a weapon to kind of help him out. There we go. Now, he's still only going to be doing 1 damage against those golems, which is kind of annoying, but there's a lot of characters that are doing that right now. Yeah, and let's talk to Blue here. I feel my ancestors watching me as I prepare for battle. I will make them proud. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Yeah. And now we have another promoted, Sky Warrior. Leave that combat to me. No one can take me as long as I have my wings. And that's one of her last battles. So I don't think we lose Aemon in the next battle. I think we lose her in the battle afterwards. But I wanted to get a couple, again, really, I gained, with Aemon, because she was already, dying at about 2 hits from the enemies. Maybe 3. So I don't really lose anything by losing a few points of health and defense, because they're not going to kill her in 1 hit still, except for like Cain, which we're going to go over. But still in 2 hits. So doesn't really lose anything, has more to gain, and is able to hit those spikes in those first few levels. And has the attack now, which is really what I'm looking for. Okay. So in this battle we got gargoyles over here, got those golems again, you got 2 mages and a priest. This is actually a really good area you can grind at if you're trying to level up, or trying to promote at level 20. Where we had the bats before in the Balbazak battle, where the enemies are right there, and those bats give a ton of experience, and then you had the last few battles that gave you a decent amount of good experience units. This battle has these high-level enemies that will give you experience all the way up to level 20. A decent amount, at least, when you kill them. More than 1 when you kill them. I think it like slows down to about 17 per kill, but by that point in time, if you're at level 20, you're doing pretty decently against them. And then you can promote, gain a few levels, and you don't even need to gain a few levels, but you can gain a few levels and, carry on. But again, that's grinding, and I'm not trying to do that. We do have Cain, and this is why I would love to grind, because Cain is ridiculous, and I don't know if I'm going to beat him in the first time going through. We're going to have to see and try our best here. This guy's a monster. If you don't remember, Cain is actually your brother. It doesn't say so in this translation of the game. And the same for the American translation, it was just lost. So you don't see the significance in him unless you actually know about it afterwards. If you find out about it afterwards, or if you play the Japanese version where he actually says brother at some point in time. Oh, sorry, I need some water. But 65 attack, and that's mostly because of the Sword of Darkness. It's a really ridiculous weapon. He's never going to equip his broadsword. I think he drops it, so we will actually get another broadsword soon, which is good. 30 defense, which is going to be really difficult for us to get through, especially since I don't think we have any mages with us right now. It's going to be hard. We're going to need that power ring to help us out, so I know that I can't get that smoking. So to be very careful with it. It has 6 move, and he does move. He will from this spot. His AI is a little weird. If you're over here, he actually doesn't move too much. If you're just trying to snipe him out over here, so we're going to try to weaken him by barraging on this end. But he has 70 HP to get through, which is ridiculous. Remember that they go through the bosses, and he counts as a boss, and you should. Regenerates HP every round. So he will go twice every round, and he will regenerate HP every round, making him extremely deadly and hard to take down. We're going to have to surround him with some characters, and expect some characters to just straight up die in a hit, because that 65 attack is going to go through almost everybody's defense. And then, on top of that, he will also use D-Soul from the Sword of Darkness, which, if you don't know what D-Soul is, it has a chance to automatically kill people. It's ridiculous. This map might end up being our first 2-parter, just because of how long, one, this introduction is, but 2, it's going to take a long time to get through him. You also have his guards, the Durahans, that, again, I hate these guys. because they're pretty powerful. So they've got the defense of the golem plus the extreme amount of attack. But we'll be able to take them out, and then the Master Mage is not too much of an issue. The High Priest we need to kill before we go through and kill Cain, because we do have Domingo, but he only has his freeze 2. If he had his freeze 3, I'd be more confident, because it's still not going to do too much damage against Cain. Remember, bosses also have spell resistance. But now that we talked about that, we're gonna just go on through here. Actually, I could have considered promoting one of my knight characters, my spear users here. That way they could use the halberd. Because now, looking at the attack of everybody, I am hurting. Right now, actually, I think yeah, Pele is my hope. Well, with the boost of the power ring, but that's the gamble. I cannot use it. I cannot use the power ring beforehand. I cannot allow it to smoke. So we'll see if I'm gonna need some. I'm not gonna do any resets. I'm gonna, if he kills me, he kills me. If Max is the last guy, I'm probably just going to Egress to save myself. Unless I can try to get the final hit with him. But I'm not going to purposefully try to get people killed here and have to Egress. I am going to try to see how quickly or how many tries I can do this in. We haven't had to do it yet. We've been able to go straight for a bit, and I'm hoping to just stay that way. Yeah, so the good thing is I have a bunch of guys that have ranged weapons, so. Now I think of it, what I should have done was, as I had all these guys, if I needed to promote everybody, I should have just bought a bunch of Chrome Lances. But hindsight's 20/20. Because I think that really, that's what's hurting my knight characters right now, is that their best weapon is a power spear and not a chrome spear. And now that I've actually saved at that priest, I can't egress to the town. So that's another mistake, I think. We'll go here. Yeah, they can actually do damage to the golems, so. There we go. Yeah. And again, with the AI, it's weird. They don't move much. Including the mages, they won't cast the spells unless you're right next to them, or if you kill some golems off, they'll move. So we're gonna go through and just start picking them off. I'm gonna move Max over here, and I really want him to gain some levels. Because he ended up maybe be the best option against Cain, despite the fact that I would love to keep him as far away as possible. Just may not be viable at this time. And blue, he's gonna struggle on this one. Okay, I can't risk that. Okay, so good decision here is to try to freeze in this group. It's perfect for your mages. If you have a bunch of mages, this battle's not too difficult, with the exception of Cain. Again, I'm playing a little dangerous game here because my son is here. He's a little baby, and he may interrupt, but we'll see. If so, I'll just cut and come back to it once we're ready. That's a good part about this game, is that it's pretty easy to break from it real quick and then come back. Okay, now that I did that damage, I'm actually going to let blue gain some levels off of those gargoyles. He can actually take them on fairly easy. And there's a medal. And that sucks. Let's let Pele damage some of these guys. again, they'll adjust and kind of like stay on that line, which really benefits you more than anything else. Get guns here. He's doing decent. More for defense. That's what guns does. How much defense is he up to now? 25. Again, the Cain is going to one-shot guns, which is just not a normal thing, and that should never happen. Okay. And we can kill that one with Earnest. I'm good with that. Or, well, it won't kill him. They'll do one damage. Oh, I probably should have promoted these guys. I've never done a run-through like this, to be honest. This is my first time doing, just trying to do it straight without grinding. So I don't usually have this much of an issue. So it's a little weird. But I have played this game a ton and watched a lot of others play it. So I know kind of how to do these things. And probably the first mistake was, again, not promoting everybody and giving them the better weapons right now. But, you know, we're okay. We've been doing fine. This is probably just the battle that changes that. I don't know if there's a way to leave here and go to town. I really don't. I don't think there is. So we may be just stuck with it. Which, again, may solve the thing of I can just kind of grind up a little bit, but nobody wants that. Lau might actually be able to do 2 points of damage and kill this guy. He does. There we go. Ooh, 2 attack. Good. Good. Do I risk this? I think I do. He's gonna kill him, but does some damage. Ooh, 2 attacks. It's worth the experience. Oop, oh, okay. I didn't think that one through. Did not think that one through. Wow. I kind of wanted to see what my money was, but well, like I said, we're going with it. Oh boy. Yeah, well, we're going with it, and now I've lost a ton of money. And that's the one problem I have with this game, is that you lose your main character. There should be some sort of penalty. You know, other games, they'll... that's not what I wanted. Other games, that's not what I wanted. They'll just have you lose the game. Oh, wow, they don't... I have to go out into battle. They'll have you lose the game instead. But this one's like, no, you can lose your money. Okay. So yeah, this is a tough one. Yeah, if you press start, you actually just can remove all the bars and everything, and the text and whatnot. Yeah, but we're at 23,000. If I remember correctly, those chrome lances were like 1,000 or 2. So I mean, we're not terrible. I just can't keep doing that. If you saw my Shining Force 2 run, which I have to redo to start from the beginning, and I'm gonna make that the next game after this. I'm struggling with money because I died a lot. That one's a little bit harder to. Well, I wouldn't say a little bit harder. It might be a little bit harder to get through just straight. But okay, so. One, I'm not sending Max up. I'm just not going to send Max straight up. So this is going to be an interesting one. Oh well. I don't want Domingo to take on everybody just all by himself. Okay, but I still want to go through and weaken for Blue here. And get some of these other guys a few more levels. Get them a little bit more powerful. Who am I? So I'm not keeping Kokichi, Pele. Man, I'm gonna be losing some good characters here, which is unfortunate. But Ernest, you're definitely gonna be here. And I think yeah, after this battle it gets a little better. This one's just a really hard one. And in fact, if this one proves to be extremely difficult, I mean I will be promoting after this for pretty much all of my guys, and then giving them their weapons that they need. I am not going to question that anymore, because I do not want to have to grind this out. No, she's more useful over here. I can kind of I can take this nice and slow. I need to make sure I'm doing that. I was just trying to get Max some experience, but that's the worst thing I could have done, I guess. I was more worried about them casting freeze than actually casting. Than them actually just attacking. And the difference between Pele and Vanguard right now is ridiculous. Deadly attack doing 3. Yeah, Cain's gonna be a pain in the ass. Same with Lyle over here. I'll keep a couple of characters up, helping Blue get some experience, but yeah, I really want to use that ring. Really, that's like your best asset here, and then I'm supposed to have some mages that can cast that as well. I just don't. Yeah, we can afford to do this. I'm hoping that the priest actually heals up a golem, and then I can kill that mage, because then I'd be able to safely move up some people. Interesting. The AI just does some weird things. Oh well, Rikichi will keep weakening guys. Or attempting to. Let's see here. Hey, though, we get some good experience though. I hate flying enemies. Definitely miss more. That's alright. Now I can just start chipping away at people. We'll do this one. We'll have Diane kill this one. Or attempt to. It'll take a little bit. Yeah, Vankar can get it. Well, we'll just keep having him damage over there. I think Guns kills this column though. On a good note, you do get money for each kill that you get. So if you do die a few times, it's not the end of the world. You just kill enemies. You just get straight money for that. So that's one of those things that a game like Fire Emblem you really hurt on for money. or depending what you do, you can hurt for money if you don't do things properly, if you don't use it properly. Yeah, we'll use aim to weaken. Whereas in this game, you can hurt for money, but if you really need to, you can kill enemies, and you always have some sort of steady income. There's no like pauses, and when you get money, when you don't, it's you keep getting money for killing. If you don't kill, you don't get money. And there's hardly a time where you're not going to be able to kill anything in this type of game. Yeah, we'll have Lyle do this one. I love Lyle. 4 damage at a range of 3 to a golem. That's fantastic. Put him up here. And we'll go through and have him kill this one. No. And he's just going to be up here for a while. I forget. Did he kill the... did he kill the... Yeah, he can afford to miss a couple of times and be fine. And he wasn't able to get to that. So I'm actually going to move Domingo over here. I'm trying to kill the least amount of guys with Domingo. Because Domingo gets experience no matter what, and he's actually one of my best characters. That was good, kind of. Actually, I prefer the healing that would keep getting experience, but that's okay. Yeah, then attack by 4, fantastic, because we need attack on Domingo. And I knew that would happen, but that's okay. Domingo can take that. I don't mind using too much of him here. Oh, well, that's an interesting choice. Now we gotta get him out of here. Heal him. Zyla, how much attack do you have? You were pure enough. Yeah. You weren't doing so well. I'll have you attack this one, though. Now that I moved Domingo over there, they're starting to move differently. So now it's going to become an all-out brawl over here. I don't like that. The idea of muddling all of my characters. But that's okay. It's better than attacking. Oh, he's already injured. Okay, we'll hit this one then. Come on, Kokichi. There we go. I think I've got 7, 8, 9 damage on them. Damage should be just very random. Zylo gets a hit, heavy hit here. Okay, that's not too bad. Now Eamon's gonna get hit hard. Okay, like I said, probably died in 3 hits by the gargoyles before, now in 2, so that does change a little bit, but it's not too terrible. Yeah, we need to get rid of these mages. They're what's going to kill our guys, so I can deal with the golems. The golems aren't one-shotting anybody. Pele, no, that's 2 HP left. Yeah, that's one of the only ones that can do damage to the golems, sufficiently anyway, so. Oh boy. Okay, sorry about that, I was just trying to take care of him. And he's okay. At least for now. Like I said, if anything pops up, we'll have to cut. That's okay. There we go. Alright, so... yeah, those guys will be able to handle that over there. Vankar... yeah, Vankar can go through it. Take on that Master Mage. There we go. That's a little bit safer on that front. And Ernest will come over here and do some chipping on this golem. There we go. And somebody will kill him. I don't think, well, Eamon might actually kill this one, but if it's one less around, that's okay. And then those guys move over to there. And these guys stay in line. And we actually might get a kill with Diane. It's been a while since she's gotten a kill here. Not even a level up. That's when you know it's been a bit. And then Lyle. Cannon on horseback. I did like that they made ranged centaurs, because it does make like if you think of the advantage that you get from that, how quick they move and how and the fact that they can shoot at a range doing it. I mean, you go back to things like the Huns and all the Huns, and then going over to like the Cain or Mongolia, like it's a viable tactic. That's what you want to do. Ooh, there we go. We got a kill for Max then. Him and his little cape. That's the only thing about his design that's a little weird, is that he has a very short cape on his battle design. Like, I don't think that was the best choice. He needs something more than medical herb, but well, we got to give that to him now. I need him to live a little longer. Taking on Kokichi. That's okay. Didn't kill Eamon, so that might save me money. And then move everybody up. Let's see here. Oh, healing seed. Well, yeah, I'll use it right now. If I want to even attempt to win on this run, I'm gonna have to do that. So I wish Pele had gotten up an attack. That would have been really useful. And I am gonna actually have to wait on Blue coming. It's not gonna matter whether I heal her or not for the next area here. Kokichi, it's not gonna matter whether I heal or not. No matter what, they pretty much get one shot by most of the enemies. So I'm not even gonna mess with it. Right now it's just kind of like picking a god and praying that when I use the power ring with Blue, that it doesn't smoke on the first attempt when I give it to Pele. Oh, that was a crappy level up, Blue. But I did get a level on him, so that's good. Now I do need to kill some of his groupies here. So I'm going to see if Domingo can cause a little bit of damage. In Mayhem. He can survive a hit. So that's fine. Yeah, Cain doesn't move until we start getting pretty close, or you bring Max really close. He'll just charge Max. 30 defense. So he still does not survive a hit from Cain, but it's not too bad. I mean, Xylo's becoming useless now. But that's because I haven't leveled him up that well. I'll move guns over here. I do not want to charge in yet. Not a part of the plan. How much damage am I doing? Has a land effect, so 13 and 16. I might be able to kill Vankar. If I can kill that Master Mage, that helps out a lot. There we go. Exactly. Thank you, Vankar. Defense speed. I mean, I would appreciate more attack, but, you know, I'll deal with it as necessary. Okay. Yeah, we'll keep bringing these guys on. In fact, I might use some for ranged healing later on. Yeah, See, they're gonna just take some. They're gonna take their time over there. I really want to get rid of all the lackeys before I get to Cain. So my ranged guys are coming. And Blue's coming. In fact, I may actually take Blue's attack ring and give it over to Eamon. Go over here. That way I can just get there a little bit quicker. Possibly. So don't necessarily activate them if I do this, and Domingo is useless after his next spell. And I would like to do some damage here. Cause the High Priest to use his higher level spells anyway. Possibly kill him later. Do 7 damage to Cain with that. Of course, just don't want to sacrifice characters now. And their 20 attack does nothing. He doesn't have any items anymore. I'm gonna have him here and block it because well, actually I can use Earnest. This is what I'm gonna do. Use Earnest to try to snipe out this High Priest. If I can do that, this becomes a lot easier. I may lose some bodies doing it, but it's, you know, I cannot have Cain heal up full via other means than his other healing. Cannot do that. I'll hold him here. Kokichi's good bait too. Bankar might actually do at least a little damage on this guy. No. No, no, no. That was hope. I think I messed up my entire plan here, but we'll see what happens. I don't have that Master Mage to worry about, so that's good. Ooh, Guns is now a good candidate. But I did put in some people that won't help besides being bodies anyway, and I need to get rid of these guys. Like, bottom line, I need to get rid of some of them. Here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is where he'll move. I can move Eamon over here, and I think on the next turn I can at least power somebody up. Nope. We'll keep Diane over there. So if I go through and give power ring over to Eamon. Now I just gotta make sure that Eamon doesn't die, but she has a better shot of not dying. But by staying out of range. D-Soul is a thing. I have to remember that. Durhands are the most important, because I just need to get rid of turns for the enemy. I can start whittling Cain down with my archers. Keeping Max very far away. Domingo. What is your attack? 22? Okay, yeah. The only thing he can do is that. No items. I should have bought a lot more healing seeds. I forgot how powerful, or how, yeah. Ooh. That helped. That helped a lot. Okay. Okay. Cain didn't do anything. And that was a massive mistake by Cain. Yeah, deadly attack doing 1. It's good, Kokichi. I can start whittling down. I'm going to start doing this just because I know Cain's going to start attacking next turn. He did that, which is a little weird, but I need him to just focus down on 1 or 2 people. That's risky with Pele. I'm going to move him here. Because what I don't want to do is I don't want to kill the Durhan and then have Cain go through. Oh, well, that's okay. I have a sleeping tank there now. Don't need him to kill the Durhan and then Cain to go through and use D-Soul on him. That's like the biggest fear that I have. Ugh, I need something more powerful though. But right now, that's all I can do is chip away. No, well, Diane, you're so helpful. Guns I can kind of afford because he's not the best, but he's still pretty decent. So I don't really want to. Ooh, that was good. So, okay. Now there's just Cain. Let's go through. Eamon is safe over here. So we're going to go through and use the power ring on Pele. And just hope to God. Oh, I have another use. Okay, that means that I may get out of this alive. Barely. We're gonna do some strats here because I don't remember if I think Diesel actually is a cross-section effect. Ow, and I don't. Lyle's gonna be able to do at least a couple points of damage each turn, so I don't know. We're gonna keep Max here. Okay, Domingo wakes up. Okay, perfect. So Domingo again has that attack priority, like Max. 32 damage. Oh, so he would have survived one hit. One hit, maybe. Okay, now we're not safe. But we do need to surround him. Make sure he doesn't go anywhere here. And he's on some terrain, which kind of sucks. So his defense is increased by a little bit. I don't like that, but it's okay. Okay, the damage that I'm doing here doesn't really matter. I don't want guns to be a part of that right now. I just need to surround him. I've got bodies. I need other bodies to surround him. Okay, so Guns is doing some damage. That's good. So he's a secondary candidate. I'll put Pele on one of the other corners there. And power up Guns next turn. I think Lyle's actually the next one. Especially since he could do it at distance. Ooh. No, I don't want to risk doing Lyle right now. But I can risk, even if it doesn't work that well, I can risk Guns. Even if he diesels him and it works, or attacks him and it works. It's worthwhile to at least attempt to have a second guy with that. And now he can't move and attack, he's going to have to diesel, and more than likely he's going to attack right next to him. And if he's using diesel, he has a chance of missing more than his attacks. So it's definitely worth it. Okay. See, we get Pele. 19, that's good. Okay. Diane is actually going to be able to do some little bits. She's actually a decent candidate too. So I'm gonna do Lyle first because he can do multiple points of damage, but already. But yay, there's a level up. Just keep. I don't want to be next to anybody. I'll just do this. Diane's also another body I can throw right next to him and be okay. And Blue is now. Yeah, this is how you you do this. Ooh, and he got a crit. Vanguard would have survived a single attack, I think, a regular attack. A crit? I don't think he's healed yet. So, just keep chipping away. Pele. What's your defense? Ugh. No. Okay, we're just gonna keep it like this. That's good. Depending on his healing, I'm gonna say even if we just left Guns, if he wants to kill that. Oh, actually, Guns will be able to kill him right now. Okay, power ring. Yep, use it on Lyle. I could afford to throw Eamon as a body now, but I like having that power ring around because now I have 3 characters with it. That's actually not too terrible. Oh. So I did technically lose one battle now, because I just needlessly threw max at that mage. However, you know, discounting that one, which I killed like one unit, this is one run, and guns. Hopefully, we'll take this. Crossing my fingers. And there he goes. Now that did, of course, bad level up. Lord, my mask, it's breaking. Where am I? I remember now. Dark Soul masked my face to control me. What have I done? Forgive me, Max. He made me fight you. Forgive me, Max. And you can see there's actually a scar across his face now, probably from the attack. I don't remember if that scar is supposed to be there or not before. But yeah, that's why, like, this is very confusing if you never knew before. It's like, who the hell is this guy? And he's gonna do that. And disappear, do the Jedi thing on us. It seems that the Dark Soul is behind all the evil of it. Stop him at all ends. In any case, let's take another look at this village. Check the shrine again. Alrighty, that was, whew. That's how you do that battle. Now, this reminds me, I need to, well, do we have any deals? No. Let's go through and sell some things. We can sell that long sword. So if you know you're going to die a lot, or has a chance of dying a lot, you can actually just buy a bunch of weapons and just kind of invest into them. Because you end up... Oh no, don't do that. You can sell them back for half. So if you know you're going to lose half your money anyway, you can actually just buy a bunch of weapons, and you've saved your money in case you die multiple times. Don't ever want to think about that, but you have a high chance of dying in some maps, and you may want to do that. That way you just sell them back afterwards. And you either lost half your money for no reason, or you didn't. And I think we all know what we prefer. Okay, give that to Domingo. Yeah, I'm going to start just doing healing seeds from now on. I have enough money to not have to worry about it too much. You can get another one. I don't like having guys with full inventories out there, but we can afford it on some people. Give a couple to some of those that can reach, or hopefully reach, when we come to Blue's case. There we go. Oh, no. I think that's it for right now. I think that'll be fine. We don't have any hard battles, like really hard battles, coming up soon. Now, I did see this chest open, or closed, but yeah, that's just during the battle. It does a weird thing where you can actually check a chest during battle, just it doesn't, it won't give you anything if you actually got it outside of battle beforehand. So I'm gonna go here. The store will only open for 2 heroes. Okay, and then, oh look, who's over here? Please, Max, come with me to the door. We must stop Dark Soul at any cost. I want revenge for what he has done to me. We must keep that manual from him. And apparently he's the other hero. 2 heroes, I have awaited long for such as you. And of course, to ruin everything, Cain. Notice the name change. It was C-I or C-A-I-N before, and now it's K-A-N-E. Very different. So he's got actually 2 personalities. You have Cain that you fight, that's on his side, and then Cain, your brother. Cain, feeling more like yourself now, are you? This is the end, Dark Soul. Max, get out! You'll only be destroyed if you stay. I can't let Max go. Now that I have what I wanted, I have no further need of him. For you see, dear friends, I have both the key and the manual. Dark Dragon will soon be free again. Go, Max, run! I'll deal with Dark Soul. Pushes you out. Big explosion. Don't necessarily know what happens. And he's gone. So they don't do too much to develop characters in here, to be honest. I wish they did a little bit more with it, but it's still a nice story. So that was being dealt with, and we just can continue on. I think you're supposed to go back to town here. Yep, and I'm gonna go through and go save and revive some of my people. And see if I'll actually go through and promote some people ahead of time. Not sure yet. I don't know if I'm gonna promote any more people ahead of time, but I have a feeling that I'm gonna need to, and I probably should have for that battle. But we'll see. I'll make my decision once we get to it. Because I do like having better end game stats, and I hate losing that much from promotion. But in any case, we'll talk about that next time. Thank you for staying by me, and whew, that one was rough. That one was rough, but we got through it. Thank you to the power of the Power Ring. Anyways, my name's Magnus, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.